Yo, what's up, bro? How you doing today? Hey Siri, could you zoom in? Uh, I've come to look at slabbies. What's up? What kind of slabs are you looking for? Check that one out. Oh, they like vintage? Mm, mm. Vintage. Check this one out. Slowpoke's not for sale. Mm. That mushroom is so good. Try to find some more vintage for you. This one's fire right here. This one's vintage right here. Got this one. Or clean vintage. I got this slab right here. What else do I got? Got this one. Some heat. Tag teams. That one's 400, 345 pop. I think that's my only tag team. That one's not for sale. Check these ones out. I do got some Gengars. Somewhere in here. The Gengar. Which one do you like more, English or Japanese? Either or both? me get the asking price for you real quick. For the English, 130. $300 for both. If you're still in here, burnt toast. There we go. Hit's a hit, right? How much? 250. 250 on the toad.
These new vending machines let you pull slabs that are graded by experts like PSA and Beckett and ship them right to you. If you're looking for the best video editing software on Mac, whether you're a complete beginner or someone who is more advanced,
Hey, what's
we've
up,
got the
guys?
paid and free video editors to help you edit like a pro. So this is a video that we update every year. And this year, there are some major changes to our recommendations from last year. So I'd suggest to really help you find the best one for you, that you're sticking around, you're hearing out all the options so that you know you're leaving here with the right one for you. So last year, I was able to narrow this down to my top 2 options that covered most use cases, beginner and more advanced. This year, with some changes and some of my recommendations from last year now not being free and not being suitable to a lot of people, but also with some new AI editing tools and things out there as well, I've now got 4 options for you in this video as my top picks for 2025. So starting off with number 1, it's VN Video Editor. This is one we've spoken about a lot on this channel. It's something that's really, really easy to use. Not only is it available on Mac, there's also an iOS and an Android version available too, making it easy if you are going to be working across different devices. You can essentially use the same tool. So the overall interface and usability is really straightforward. If you've never edited before, you're going to be able to figure it out pretty quickly and be able to get up to speed editing. But even for those of you that don't want to do just the basic stuff, there is a bunch of presets and templates and effects and things that you can easily add into your projects really, really quickly. There's also a decent amount of control over things like keyframing and animation, and even right through to your export settings. And when you're saving things out, you've got a good amount of control to be able to dial things in. So while it is a great option as a more entry level solution, it's not limited to just entry level. And really, this is one of those great examples of paying for stuff doesn't mean that you're getting the best tool out there. What you're getting here in VN Video Editor for free on the free version is insane and beats out a lot of the paid option. In saying that, there is a paid or pro version of a VN Video Editor as well. But for most people, you're probably going to be able to get away with the free version because there's no watermarks, there's no real limits on exports and what you actually do in there. But if you do want to unlock everything in there, things like all the extra effects, the materials, the fonts, the more advanced settings when it comes to transferring your projects between devices and backing up, but also the amount of active projects that you can have running at one time, then that's where you will want to be on that pro version. But again, the free version is absolutely insane. App or software option number 2 is CapCut. And this is another one that we do speak about a lot on this channel because it is another very good video editing tool. Not only is this on Mac, there's also a Windows version, iOS, and Android as well. So you've got a great amount of compatibility between the different devices, and they even make it really easy for you to use their cloud backup service to transfer your projects between the different devices. The overall interface and experience and getting up to speed and all that sort of stuff, it is so similar to VN Video Editor that when I first started playing around with these years back, I would get confused as to which one was which. So they have a lot of similarities. And if you started playing around with one, you could easily jump across to the other and vice versa. And I like the way that both VN Video Editor and CapCut approach video editing. And it really is from a mobile first place. And it's really streamlined. And it's not like some of the other options where they've worked backwards from pro level stuff to try and make them easy. These were really designed from the ground up to be easy to begin with. But if we're looking at differences between VN Video Editor and CapCut, CapCut really is next level and probably doesn't have much to compare it to in terms of the amount of AI tools that CapCut has in it. There are so many features. And they're actively rolling out new features all the time. This is one of those apps where I swear that most times I open it, there is another update or something available for it. So I absolutely love that they're not just here it is, and we'll fix it once or twice a year, like some other apps. They're actively growing this thing. They're fixing bugs. They really want this to be an amazing tool for content creators and people looking to make videos easy. So it's got so many AI features in it. We've got dedicated videos just covering the AI stuff, which I'll link in the description below. We've also got a lot of tutorials and things to help you for a lot of the tools that I'm covering in here. So make sure you head to the description as we're going through. But CapCut's also probably got the most amount of built-in effects and things as well. And some of these are so good. These are things that not that long ago you'd have to use pro-grade motion graphic tools to have to make these things and customize them up yourself. Now they're literally drag and drop in CapCut, which is just crazy. And there's also now a lot more pro level stuff in here. So it's not just basic stuff when it comes to color correcting or color grading. There's now some of the tools that you would find in tools like DaVinci Resolve or Adobe Premiere now in here too. But really the standout stuff for me is how they're evolving and innovating.
Can you do a bundle? Yes.
So they've got AI.
How much are you trying to pay?
from text. There's AI background removal.
A
AI
bunch of
voices.
different
You can create your own
EXs,
voice.
V
AI
stars,
to
EXs.
color grade, AI to increase the quality of your videos if you've got low quality footage, AI to remove background noise and enhance your speech. So this makes it a great option for those of you that are looking for more than just something basic, something where you can really evolve your editing and bring in a lot of these AI tools and functionality too, but also without needing to go full pro grade software and the added complexity and all of that stuff in those. Now, probably say the biggest thing to be aware of with CapCut is it is evolving and changing so far.
Muse.
Long ago, CapCut was completely
I
free. Now,
have
there doesn't seem to be much of a free version at all. And this is where I say it's changing fast. On one of my devices, I still have access to use CapCut without a watermark, but I'm limited to 7 exports a month. On another device, I don't get any free exports now, moving this more into a paid category. So in some cases, you need to be on the pro version to even do a watermark free export. So I'm putting this in the paid category. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm seeing different things in regards to pricing. The cheapest I've seen CapCut Pro for is $7.99 per month, but I've also seen reports
how much for
$20 per
20?
month, different regions and things. So it's really complicated in terms of the pricing.
How
So I
much for
suggest if you're
20?
interested in this,
Like
download this
$20?
the free version, and then there'll be an option there for you to upgrade to Pro, and it will give you specific pricing for you in your region in your dollars. But to ballpark this, I'd say it's starting at around $7.90 per month, which really considering what you're getting access to, especially with all this AI stuff and everything in there as well, it is ridiculously cheap. Yes, it's a tougher pill to swallow if you've been using it for years, like I have for free, but that now we got to pay for this. I know there's a lot of people that are pissed off with this, but hey, you really look at this face value for what you're paying for and what you're getting access to, irrespective of if it was free before, it's a pretty awesome deal. So this is great, again, if you're a beginner right through to someone at that intermediate, almost touching on advanced a little bit with some of those
The Mew.
in there, but I'd really say beginner.
Let me see.
The next option is Descript.
Mew's
Now, this is one that
120.
not that long ago, I didn't think that I would be
Charizard.
like this as video editing software. But really, Descript is a total rethink on what is editing software. And it is now an integral part of how we're making videos. This
And the
video itself
Charizard
is recording
is
directly into Descript. We're doing at least an absolute minimum, our base
$70.
here, removing all the bad stuff and everything. And we're even using the AI functionality in here to help remove all my mistakes and bad takes too. So Descript is one that is totally blowing my mind right now and is something that is now an integral part of our workflow at Primal Video in creating content, both YouTube and for courses and things too. So as an editing tool, as I said, it's a total rethink on what editing software is, because primarily your editing here is happening from text, which means that you don't even really need to know
$100.
to be able to create great videos in here. So the moment you bring a video in or you record directly into Descript, it's going to automatically use AI to transcribe that for you. And then you can just edit your video as if it was a Word document or a Google document. So that alone is a huge barrier removed to people that don't need to get bogged down in the tech or the fundamentals of video editing. But when I talked about a lot of the AI features in CapCut, Descript has some amazing AI functionality too. One of the biggest time savers I'm finding right now is the AI Underlord, which goes through, again, removes my bad takes, the mistakes, the ums, the ahs, the so's. It does the base edit for me in a couple of clicks. And it is crazy how it edits the video for you. It's even making editing decisions and cutting sentences in half where I probably wouldn't have done that before, but I'm watching back the end result. And it seems to always pick the one with better energy or the one that it thinks will be better take overall or better edit. But there is still an editing timeline where you can edit as you normally would in a more traditional app built in as well. So you can actually do a hybrid if you would like. But really, I'm just playing in the text editing space right now with AI tools, and it's literally mind blowing how awesome this is. Now, there's also really good AI tools in there to clean up your audio, again, to remove background noise, to make it sound like you're using more professional gear. If your microphone isn't good, there's also background removal, a feature that works way better than I thought it would, where it will move your eyes. So it looks like you're looking at the camera, even if you were looking off camera, maybe reading a script or something.
What's up, Rubes? Any baby shinies? Yes. I got a bunch of baby shinies. Rolts. Oh, bro. I have like all the old ones. I had a Rolts. I think somebody bought it. The only Paladin Fates one I have, pulled it the other day. I think somebody bought it though. Old school. Toda school or Toll school? I have that one. The bigger one. You need the bigger one. Yeah, bro. I'm sorry. I don't got none. You're welcome. What's up, Pokey Trader? Think I'm about to just record some videos of me opening some packs instead. Not having no luck tonight. What should I rip open? A Surging Sparks ETB, Twilight Masquerade ETB, Black Bolt ETB. Hey, Eli, are you still in here? Eli Moon. Yo, what's good? What's your day going? Think I'm about to rip open this Paladin Fates. Yo, what's up, Mark?
2 months ago, I decided to try something new, selling Pokemon cards online to see if I could recuperate some funds for this amazing hobby. More expensive, but here's the thing. I had never sold a single Pokemon card before, and I had three burning questions going into this challenge. Number one, where's the best place to sell Pokemon cards? Number two, how much can I actually make selling them? And number three, is this something I can do consistently as a side hustle? Over the next 60 days, I tested different platforms, sold a variety of different cards, and also learn a ton along the way. In this video, I'll share the realistic results of my challenge, how much I made, and whether selling Pokemon cards is a viable side hustle. If you're new here, my name is John, and I help beginners collect Pokemon cards. Feel free to subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and also join our free Discord community linked down below if you'd like to connect. Before diving into my results, let me break down the main ways you can sell Pokemon cards. There are essentially, in my opinion, 6 different platforms to choose from. You have eBay, Whatnot, TCG Player, in person through Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp, depending on local card shows, and selling directly to local card shops. Right off the bat, don't sell directly to local card shops. You're gonna get the lowest return, but I must admit it's pretty convenient and easy. During my 60-day challenge, I managed to try 5 out of the 6 methods. Each platform has its own unique advantages and challenges, which I'll walk you through based on my personal experience. The first platform I experimented with was Whatnot, which is essentially a live streaming marketplace. If you're new to this channel, hi, I'm Ricky. I'm still a pretty small Pokemon creator, but if someone knows me, they probably know me best for my videos purchasing Pokemon cards from the buyer's point of view at card shows and in Japan. I've attended dozens of shows as both buyer and seller, and in this video, I'm going to explain everything I'm doing and thinking when I attend these shows, which has saved and made me thousands of dollars as I've built my collection, had a bunch of fun, strengthened longtime relationships, and built new ones. In a couple weeks, I'll post my typical unnarrated buyer POV edit of this exact show, so you'll be able to compare to this, knowing the full inside scoop. Let's dive into the East Bay Card Show in February 2025. This is during a time where TCGs are extremely hot, so it's more tempting than ever to get FOMO and start buying right away. But unless you're looking for something you know is very rare and one of the first tables you go to happens to have it, I'd recommend making as much of a lap as you can during the first hour or so. Only doing deals that are prearranged or for those really rare things that you know are priced well and that you're unlikely to come by again. Another exception is once you've been to a handful of local shows, you'll start to see the same vendors and you'll learn how they approach pricing and negotiation. But again, even if you have a good sense for this in your local card show community, I've still gravitated a lot more towards just taking a lap and comparing inventory and prices before I start making deals. Not giving into FOMO is going to come up a few times in this video. So, again, unless you're buying something really rare, you should just feel confident that odds are really, really high that 5 minutes into the show isn't going to be your last chance ever to buy something you want at a good price. Personally, at this point, I also go into most shows with a bit of a focus or plan, but no specific budget. When I first started going to shows, I kind of had the inverse, a specific budget I was comfortable spending, but no real plan other than just to buy what I liked. As time has gone on, that's kind of flipped for me, but for the vast majority of people watching this, a budget range and an open mind is probably the best way to enjoy a card show with no regrets. Anyway, now that I've taken that initial look and handled some prearranged deals, let's talk through how I'm approaching my first full lap of the venue. First, I'm looking at some base set Charizards. I haven't owned or sold many, but there's always a buyer out there for this classic card. Before I even ask the vendor about the card, I'm looking here at recent sold prices. I want to have some information on market price and what I'd like to pay before hearing the vendor's price and initiating a negotiation. Is that base set zone yours? What are you asking on it? That's high comp. You'll hear me say here, that's high comp. I'm referencing the fact that their stickered price is priced at a high recent sold price, not the average or the bottom, which as a buyer, that's obviously my preferred market price to start a negotiation from. So in cases like this, the first phase of the negotiation is just agreeing on a market price off of which we'll base the rest of the deal. It's for a free giveaway for two. The top one pays up 3 certain on it. Last we sold was 385 and 300. Meaning that really. All became our first offer is to clear recent sales. Not maximizing the review. I just want the card at a price where I'm unlikely to lose money. Before we did, I don't know if they'll see that. Some people might hear this and think, man, walking away over $20 on a $400 card. Keep in mind, that's 5%. And for personal collections, buying for $400 in person is a really good option because you're avoiding taxes and shipping and that the risk that comes with that. But for resale, that $20 could become my entire margin if the next few solds of this card are a little bit lower. When you see a vendor or buyer walk on a deal over $5 to $20, what you don't see is the literal hundreds or thousands of other deals that person will do. It's not $5 or $20 times one deal. It's $20 times hundreds of deals a year. If you're planning to attend card shows with hopes of reselling some of what you buy later, you really do need to be thoughtful about what your comfortable buy and sell prices are because $10 might not be much, but $10 500 times a year is kind of a lot. After checking a couple more tables, I find Ernie, a friend I've made through Pokemon. I follow his social media and content, so I immediately lock eyes with this very cool Chinese exclusive Pikachu promo, which I'd seen earn by and grade a bunch of. For this particular show, my focus was mostly on vintage and region exclusives to resell later. And there's just a few very specific cards for my personal collection, as always. The short explanation for why I'm focusing on vintage and language exclusives is that modern is in a huge hype cycle right now, so prices are really high. I never FOMO into high prices for my personal collection, and I avoid stocking up on volatile modern cards until much closer to the next show where I'll be vending at. You graded these with PSA? I thought you sent them out CDC. I got those ones back already. These ones just got back. That was I got the CDC back 2 months ago. Those are cool. James, have you seen these? These are Chinese exclusive, right? Simplified Chinese. So cute. Traditional Chinese?
This Friday,
Care about? Yeah.
GameStop.
I'm still making my lap, so over here in the background. Yeah. I'm plucking this information from Ernie for later. It's a cool, desirable region exclusive, and I know Ernie has pretty good margin on them because he sent them in to grade himself. So we're gonna come back to his table in a little bit. Making my lab has made no sense. Like nothing is in any order. Can I look at all the gold, the Galarian Gallery golds? Yeah, it's a little less crowded back here. I stop at a table with several raw gold god cards.
November 14th.
Well, my focus at this show isn't necessarily finding gradable cards. I have had a lot of success with Crown Zenith, which had pretty good quality control. So these are cards where I have a fairly good gauge of whether or not I'm looking at a PSA 10 candidate. It's honestly never really a bad time in the show to look for gradable cards if you know what to look for and if that's something you're trying to do, because good quality cards might get swooped up if you wait too long. I'm checking the centering first and eliminating anything with bad enough centering to disqualify a 10. It's the easiest thing to notice without taking cards out of top loaders. From there, I'll check the corners and edges next, because that's the next most obvious area where there will be issues that will disqualify a 10 grade. I mean, generally no, but I love grading these. I'm gonna pass on those. Yeah. Yeah, they look like nines and maybe some eights in there, but yeah, they look like nines to me. No worries, man. Thank you. Good luck. Can I look at all the four Galarian Gallery golds? Lastly, if a card has pretty good centering and pretty good corners and edges, then I'll take the card out and check the surface condition. I'm gonna pass on that too. Oh, thank you. Good luck. Yeah. In this case, the cards had flaws that I felt made them more likely to be eights or nines, so I thanked the vendor for their time and move on. Now I'm eyeing an extremely rare card, a Gold Star Umbreon. How bad is that Umbreon Gold Star? It does have like a pressure dent on it. Okay. But I mean, this is not a card I've seen very often, and even less often ungraded. In this case, I want to check condition first because the condition of these rare vintage cards varies widely, and the difference between a heavy play copy and a near mint copy is easily thousands of dollars. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's really not. But kind of, you know, like how to use. Yeah, is it HP? Is it a 3? Is it a 6 without the dent? Yeah. Yeah. And with the pressure dent, it's kind of hard to gauge. Sometimes for rare vintage cards, there just aren't very many sales of the card in similar ungraded condition. So after taking a good look at the condition of this one, I estimate that it'd probably grade somewhere in the PSA 4 range. So we can use the more standardized PSA 4 sales as a way of coming up with a potential price range. How much room do you have on this? I mean, just because of the card it is, I just picked it up 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And so, I think since I've had it for such little time, I may just stay at 25 for now. Yeah. Because I'm fairly confident I can get that dent out if nobody purchases it. I just haven't had the time from 2 weeks from now to now. Yeah, there's a 3 that sold for 23 USD. Okay. And I think I can't see if there's any dents, but the back is worse than yours. Yeah, the back is worse. So maybe even with the dent, it's like 4 range. I'm just trying to figure out how to comp that. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah. Not easy. But I almost never see them. I don't know if I've ever seen one raw, like that's not busted. Exactly. So, yeah, okay. So, okay. So you're in there? Okay. Okay. I don't think I can be there, but. Where are you on the piece? It's called a solar oil. Yeah, instead of like cuticle oil, we call it solar oil. I can send it to you on Instagram too. Yeah. I want them to sponsor me so that every time someone buys everything. I could buy them in bulk. I just yeah. I like those just to sell ends of it.
Yo, what's up, Eli?
It's like you twist and buy everything. Yeah, I remembered my glasses. I was gonna end up forgetting, and I remembered them. I'm gonna take a piss really fast. Pee down here or up here? I don't even know, man. I just don't think I can be there. I think I'd want to probably be under 2 or in the 2 range. I don't think I can go that low. Yeah. Okay, no worries. I hear you. I get it. No worries, man. All good. But no, you're right. When he brought me this is the first time I've seen. Yeah. Top series, what is the top series? I think, yeah. Good luck selling it, man. Yeah, thank you. Cool, yeah. Ultimately, the seller is firm on a price I'm not comfortable with, so we continue on. We go through a really similar process at the next table. So, how you doing, bro? Good. I'm looking at those shits all the time. Yeah. Last one comes over like both of those. This is about 80, about 50. It's like sorry, that feels like oh my god. I didn't have it out. I don't know. I was like at 7. Why'd you pay 7? I traded in at 7. There's Neo King comps under 1,000. Are you pretty firm at 11? Last one I think was 11, right? There's 1126 was the last one, but then there's 979 was last one, like 2 weeks before that. 979, 950. That's the front thing on all time. Like,
It's cheap.
I just feel this on eBay 950. That's more what I'm hoping to be. It's like 9-ish. Oh, it hit. What's that?
Nah.
Okay.
All my $10 slabs I cracked open.
No worries. You're good. So even though I've done several great deals with Johnston before, we move on again.
What?
Probably gets lost when watching my usual buyer.
You could do a mystery pool and get lucky and get a slab for $5.
Compressed into usually about 20 minutes. So I'm
I
sure
got 2
there's been
slabs in the
a lot of
box.
negotiations and failed deals. This video hopefully gives some more insight into how normal it is to just politely move on rather than landing on a deal. Here's another kind of unusual card. It's
Why would I crack a slab?
Charizard XY
For fun?
combo. This is an amazing.
So I have a box right here, and it has 2 PSA slabs in it, and you have a chance to pull a PSA slab. Yo, what's up, guys?
Card. It sells for like $800 to $1,000 ungraded. But in a BGS 10 like this, there's only a population of 11 cards. So finding the right price is pretty tricky. How did you comp the art collection Charizard?
You could pick the number if you want, bro.
Because there's not a lot of solds for a BGS 10.
But usually I do a random generator.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, there's like some wiggle part, wiggle room.
What kind of wiggle room do you have on that?
What's your order?
I wanted to be somewhere in the mid twos. I'm tempted, but the challenge of not knowing if I might be overpaying by $1,000 compared to the PSA 10 price causes me to move on for now, but I'm definitely keeping that card in mind. Next up is a vendor I know pretty well. This is Jeff with Cupertino Cards. In a recent survey, he was actually considered a clear top 3 vendor in the Bay Area, and it pretty much comes down to Jeff always having a huge variety of inventory and his willingness to always work on a reasonable price. What's up, Jeff? How you doing? Not vending today. I was hoping you were here. I feel like I haven't seen you in a bit. Like to play out a negotiation here, starting a discussion.
2 slabs.
I'll send my you at 7 on that PSA 8 guard. There's like 640, 640, 642, 611, 700, all like this month. 6? Yeah. It's pretty fair. Let me see. Maybe I'll throw something else in and put everything down. Okay. These, both of these, can we do 1130? The Umbreon's in the mid fives. I mean, yeah. There are some at 6. There's one at, so like the most recent is 690. Then there's one right before it at 511. Both February 5th. There's another at 623.
Jennifer!
Hey Alexa, play Alone by Broadway. I just put my implements in barbicide. It took about 2 minutes to disrespect. Once we're done, slowly. I don't know why I can't tell. It takes 10 minutes. Did you bring my barbicide? Now I'll grab it. They're up here.
Yeah.